Hi again, it's Eileen, Revd Eileen Harrop. A few weeks ago, Shamil asked me if I would say a few words about what it's like for me to be a foreigner, someone who is a BAME, clergy person in this country and in my context now. And I've been reflecting on what would be something I'd like to say about it. And I think the events of recent days has brought something to light. And that is this stark cultural aspect that causes me to see things differently, perhaps because of my cultural background and upbringing and the context of as a Chinese person and someone who comes from Singapore, from the East, with a very different education, and with the George Floyd killing. So tragic, so terrible, and what it has stirred. It's so sad and tragic that it's unspeakable. And I think for someone who is foreign and who is an ethnic minority, even though I'm not black, it does hit home as to this precariousness of society and the way in which we treat one another because we are different. And the centuries of oppression, subjugation, and even centuries now of liberation, that's still a battle. And the abuse of power runs so deep. It instills into generations after of right and wrong that is in fact not founded on the heart of God, on the brotherhood and sisterhood and fellowship of human beings. And coming to this country from a very much more disciplined, organized sort of culture and civilization that's very much more, in some ways, I would say, autocratic or centralist. The way in which people have in this country treated the lockdown situation and the attitudes towards government and who is responsible, that has also been quite stark and sharp to me. And as a person who is in ordained ministry, I listen and reflect on the expressions of fellow ordained ministers and lay leaders in the church here, and the vociferous manner against political leaders and the government. And I have to say that there is a huge cultural clash for me. And so this has been a time that has, on the one hand, drawn me really so much closer to God in seeking His voice and placing my trust in Him. But also it has been a time of a sense of loneliness and separation from the place that I have been called into ministry and mission. Thank you for allowing me to share. Bless you, and may the Lord keep his countenance upon you and shine on you. Amen.